Hello, it's Miriam. And today I am talking about Mars's transit through Aries. So, this is a particularly exciting astrological transit because Mars is in its home placement in Aries. So, that's always a cool thing when a planet returns to its home sign. But it's also particularly significant because Mars usually takes about 6 weeks to transit a sign. And this time, in its home placement of Aries, it's going to be spending more like 6 months in the sign as a result of a retrograde. So, yeah, extra significant. Mars is kind of an erratic energy. It's the planet of anger, of war, but also of drive, of passion, of personal energy. So, yeah, this will be a really interesting time to review what drives you, what makes you angry, what fuels your passion, and what you want to be fighting for at this point in your life. So, yeah, Mars moved into Aries on June 27th. It's going to truck along in there until September 9th when it reaches 28 degrees, almost the end of the sign, and then it retrogrades back until November 13th. And then it goes direct again at 15 degrees Aries until it moves into Taurus on January 6th, 2021. But it's really apt that Mars is moving into Aries, where Chiron is at the moment, the planet of the wounded healer. And Chiron's transit in Aries is super aligned with what's going on in the world right now, especially where it comes to the Black Lives Matter protests happening in the States and Canada, and all that important social justice work that's going on right now. Because the last time Chiron was in Aries was during the civil rights movement in the 60s. So it's really neat to see this all unfolding now, exactly as the sort of stars predicted. I don't know. But yeah, so Mars being direct in Aries is going to be a cool opportunity to reconnect with your energy in a new way. When it goes retrograde, that's going to be a very cool review period for reconciling past anger and, again, stoking your drive to do what you're doing. And yeah, so I decided to do a little tarot reading to look at the main themes of this transit. I used Gods and Titans and Goddesses and Sirens oracle cards as sort of a super deck. I love using these two together because they are perfect for each other. I used Field Guide to Garden Dragons for a little information on how we can stay grounded and keep our souls feeling nourished under all this kind of astrological pressure. It's true. And then the Circle of Life Tarot to help us stay connected with our intuitions and aligned with our flow. So, I've already shuffled and drawn. I wanted to show the cards that split the decks when I first started shuffling because they are pertinent and they really fit into the overall theme of the reading. But we had Jeanne d'Arc, Faith, Tea Dragon, Relax, and the Empress. So the energy bringing us to this Mars and Aries transit is one asking us to have faith, to stay on track with what we know we're supposed to be doing. The Tea Dragon Relax tells us that, yeah, we can relax into the direction things are headed. We can know that the long-term outcome of all this is actually very favorable. And yeah, our hearts are in the right place with what we're fighting for at this point. And then the Empress, this is a really interesting Empress because she's looking in a mirror. So this whole transit is going to be about reflecting on what you're nurturing and reconnecting with your divine feminine with capital D's, capital F's energy, whether you're female or male. This is asking us to harness our mama energy so we can love on our lives and get this world into a much better place as a collective. Wow. So, the shadow cards for the reading are also very interesting. Yeah, we had a cat, dedication. So there's that theme of feeling connected with your purpose, of recommitting yourself over and over to specifically, again, what you've been fighting for. He's kind of an intense image. He's all bloody on his hands and his mouth. So it's like, yeah, you've been going through for the throat of something, and that's important. So Good on ya. The next one is gooseberry, stealth. So dedication, stealth. This kind of tells me that there could be some themes of pulling back to work in solitude, of developing things behind the scenes, to almost protect them for their final presentation. And then we also had the Seven of Wands. So this is very similar to that Akat card. We've got somebody fighting over a dead body. They're persevering even though others have fallen. So again, so aligned with the current energies. We've all been fighting for what really matters, and we are finding the strength to persevere, even if the results we're seeking aren't happening immediately or aren't immediately obvious. So we've already got a really cool theme that actually weaves throughout the whole reading with these three cards, and it's actually the colors, the greens and dark burgundies. The green tells me that one of the main themes of this transit is going to be opening our hearts, keeping our hearts open, being open to receive what we're fighting for again, but also continuing to love, continuing to hold an energy of almost forgiveness, especially for people who are like trespassing on our emotional energy and things like that. Because yeah, Mars and Aries, we're going to be really challenged to harness our anger and maintain control of it. So yeah, keep fighting though for what you know matters, because you are doing a great job, and yeah, don't let your detractors tell you otherwise. So the main oracle cards, yeah, we had the Valkyrie's Redemption. So I love seeing that as a dominating energy for the next 6 months, because yeah, redemption is all about being lifted out of struggle, being kind of recognized for your efforts. So some really important stuff is going to happen over the next 6 months. And the other oracle card is Strawberry Dragon, Celebration. So things are headed in a sweet direction, a direction that's going to be very fulfilling. Again, very grounding. We've got a red dragon here with its green wings. And yeah, there's another theme here of a little bee. There was also a bee on the tea dragon that split the deck. So work will be required. We are going to have to keep buzzing about what we are aware matters now. So keep sharing your voice, keep sharing your perspective. It's really important to be speaking our minds at this point. And again, sharing our hearts. So, yay. So the main theme of the transit is the Knight of Cups. So there's that theme again of having our hearts open. This is the lover. This is the poet. This is the artist. This is the person who moves things forward from a heart-centered place. So yeah, it's very much a Pisces energy. So this transit is actually going to be really about finding your flow on an emotional level and connecting with the people that you love in a way that it like almost feels even more relatable than ever before. Wow. So the main challenge of this transit is going to be the King of Wands. Whoa. So like no biggie, but your main challenge will be remembering that you are a leader, remembering that your ideas and your perspective matter, and remembering that you're a teacher. The way that you act in the world shows other people how to treat you, shows other people how you feel about yourself. But yeah, this is some major Leo energy. So your main challenge will be shining your light, being proud of your efforts, and again, leading the way, being a guide for others, staying focused on spreading your wings. And I love that I was talking about continuing to share your voice because his whole body is blue. So like keep that throat chakra open as well as your heart. Oh yeah, and I love that the Knight of Cups is on a turtle. So it's like, remember, slow and steady is okay. This doesn't have to happen quickly. You're the tortoise and your detractors are the hare. And so you're just plugging along, doing what you know is right, doing what you can when you can. So if your emotions try to stall you through this transit, listen to that actually. Do take the time to slow down, because that's what's going to help you recharge your batteries to keep flying when the time is right. So what's our best advice for the Mars and Aries transit? The Ten of Pentacles. I love this. So I like that the Ten of Pentacles touches on the theme of home. So I wouldn't really be surprised if there's another sort of like second wave of COVID-19 during the next 6 months that does push us kind of back into our home spaces. But more than anything, the next 6 months are going to be extremely stabilizing. Home and family will be a theme, but the Ten of Pentacles is about wealth, having the resources to feel stable and in control of your life. So it's been interesting. In Canada, we have been having a lot of government support to help people financially. And there's actually now started to be talks about like basic income and things like that. So that would be kind of exciting. It'd be neat to come out at the end of this, everybody feeling a lot more just personally stable and able to actually like think about the future instead of feeling like, you know, totally impoverished or whatever. But anyway, it doesn't look like that's going to be the direction things take though. Here on this, we have a woman giving birth to a baby with a doula. So ultimately, Mars in Aries is going to kind of continue to symbolize the birth of the new reality. So we're all collectively being reborn at this point. And yeah, it's pretty exciting to think about the direction things are headed. So, what are the higher self cards? What's our message of hope moving forward through this Mars and Aries transit? The first one is Bridget, healing. And there's our theme of red repeated here. So stay grounded, but know that things really are restabilizing. Blood has flowed, but it's important. That's what's going to sort of like water the roots of the direction things are getting ready to take. So healing our garlic boundaries. But yeah, boundaries are being healed right now. New definitions of what stability, security, safety can mean. All this defund the police, I feel is going to be really effective, and it's going to actually, help redefine what it means to feel safe and protected in society. And so, our final higher self card is the Page of Wands. So an important spark is being ignited here. We are finding our warrior energy, but learning to express it in a gentler, more productive way that actually helps to move things forward. So we are all just learning as a collective how to re-access and redistribute and renew our personal energy so that society as a whole can be revitalized in a really important and open-hearted way. So, amazing. Something really neat that I noticed about this reading, even though we're at a huge turning point in society, there were no major arcana cards in this reading. So what that kind of tells me is that there aren't going to be too many big surprises coming up. Like what's already been happening is going to continue to set the tone. There could be more of the same, but at least now we know what we're kind of working with. And there were no swords cards. So that's one that it looks like we're all really ready to put our anxieties and our fears on the back burner, and we're ready to just go for it. We're ready to listen to our emotions. We're ready to listen to what we need for stability, and we're ready to access our energy and just push forward without thinking about what could go wrong. We're ready to just go full steam ahead. Yeah. And so the only numbers were 10 and 7, which added to 17, which is the number of the star card. So hold on to hope. Hold on to that sense of faith and know that things really are headed in the direction that they're meant to. So yeah. Oh yeah, and there were so many personality cards. So yeah, we're really just going to be redefining ourselves on a whole new level. And we're just searching for that nurturing element that's going to help to really balance the scale. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that, another theme was that a lot of the human figures in this reading were naked. So, embrace your vulnerability, embrace vulnerability, embrace your own understanding of authenticity, who you are, and know that, a lot is going to be stripped away, but it's going to leave you with the basics of what allows you to thrive. So, enjoy this transit of Mars through Aries. yeah, if you're interested in a private reading with me, you can check out my Etsy shop. The link will be down below the video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Until then, keep those hearts open and reaching for the stars. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.